Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. This is Chris, and you're tuning again to my podcast, Chris Talks. And I'm here today with my brothers, Dominic and Nico. Hi guys.
Sup?
So, by the way, guys, Nico and Dominic and I were all colleagues before. So, we started as, workmates, teammates, and then we became friends. We also have like other friends. Shout out to our
Yeah,
friends.
shout out to Chaz, right? Chaz?
Jazz, yeah, Maki and
Later.
Rix. Yeah. So we're all teammates before, and then, as we, move away from our work life thing, we became closer, partying and all that. We share the same thoughts.
Tend to agree.
So anyways, how about you, Nico? Like when I said our group chat, that I'm gonna start again Chris Talk season 3. So
Yeah.
what made you decide that you wanted to be part of the content?
Oh, I don't know, because I just like what you're doing and what you talk about, and I think that it would be better if you're talking to people that you're comfortable with, and maybe it's like a breath of fresh air because it's gonna be different people from your usual cast. I'm not saying that they're boring. Well, you have to try something new once in a while, right?
Yeah, and I remember when we started in that company. I remember when I introduced myself that I'm doing podcast, and then after that segment or after that meeting, you went to me and you told me that you wanted to have your own podcast as well, but not really a podcast, but your gaming live
Yeah,
streaming, right?
yeah. I wanted to be a streamer at some point.
So what happened then?
Too old for that. I mean, let's see, man. It's a new year. It's almost a new year again. Hello, September, right?
Yes, that's right.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to Doms tomorrow,
Yay, cheese!
old man.
Thank you, thank you.
And Dominic, you were became part of our team like months after we became like teammates, right?
Yeah, I think it's what's like what 2 weeks running, like me joining the team. Then I just like moved on. But at least like I think we came together again still after that.
Yeah, stay
You
connected.
stay connected. Then Nico became my colleague, teammate. So came closer with Nico. A lot more.
And
Yeah.
how was it? How's Nico as
Yeah,
a team?
Nico
A
as a
teammate?
Nico as a colleague. There's like ups and downs, really. But working with him, it's quite fun because I think it was like more of like me and Nico giving out a lot of bullshit on each other during times that we were on site.
Yeah.
And I like, take pictures of him sleeping at some point and just like,
Yeah,
sending it on the voice
yeah.
GC. So, that's like my only thing or like my leverage for him or like against him. So, kudos for me, like sending it over, right?
Yes.
Kupal ka kasi.
But you always, matulog sa papasok na siya for sleeping. Alam mo yun? Papasok na siya sa work to sleep.
No, I mean, I don't want to say that he just like comes in to sleep. I mean, he works. It's just that it's a habit for him to just like take naps, but the nap takes like I don't know 2 hours. Normally naps are like what 30 minutes, right? For him, like 30 minutes is just like
Almost the entire shift.
yeah, maybe I don't know, but there was just like this video that the whole team was laughing about, which is our manager was literally behind him eating chips and he was like snoring at some point or like moving his head downward like oh my god, and he was like oh no, I'm just like resting my eyes a little bit.
Don't roll the clip.
In your defense.
Nothing.
So you agree.
I was tired, man. It's like, come on. My shift was 5 a.m.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, we were like in the same shift. So 5 a.m. is really hard to wake up very early, like 3 a.m. You have to wake up and then you have to commute even if it's raining outside. So it's really hard. But anyways, guys, so you know, since you both agreed to be part of my podcast,
When do we
and
get paid?
but you get a lot of, but you get to have pizza later on, or
Wait, at some point I was kind of like forced-ish, but like
really?
I mean, but intent as a friend, I do support. You know,
True.
I do need to support. It's not that like a need. It's like willingness to support the friend, right? But also, this is like the time for us three to just like shoot our shot against each other on camera. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Right, right.
And this is our first time doing it,
Yeah,
right?
first time doing it as well. But for me, it's like
Don't judge us.
yeah, don't literally judge us, but like I hope you judge Nico a lot more because this is me giving a lot of stuff out there, maybe. But yeah,
But don't worry, kasi even my previous, collaborators, first time that na ginawa namin siya, talagang kinakabahan at first. But Janice, she was one of my collaborators. But after several episodes together, she's confidently, doing the podcast already like naturally.
I mean, for me, guys, if for like Chris viewers, if you love this tandem, just like hit more likes. You know,
And follow
view,
these
yeah,
two guys.
yeah. Do a lot of more views, right? Right.
Yeah, that's right. But anyways, so going to our main agenda, our main agenda is what are your tips on a first date? Because as men, we should have like the first date tips, right? So you guys, ano ba mga tips nyo like outfit, fashion? Do you have a certain fashion statement during first date
Wow,
tips?
it's really like a good question, but for me, I think this is Nico's. Nico has been always like a critic of my fashion statement. Is because he always say, "Oh, you look so uptight," like always having a polo shirt or what. But for me, it's just like I think first dates is like impression, but um, it's not about that anymore nowadays. You gotta like be slick, right? And I don't know, like there are types of women out there that would love to have like the old style dating dinner, right? But there are some women because I dated a lot more in the States because I graduated my grad school in the States. So for them it's like more of like, are you proactive, adventurous, right? And you need to give them like a lot more activities rather than just like, hey, pick you up at 6 and let's go for dinner. So for me, it's like more of like you need to literally see more if your wavelengths are the same. So that I think that's like my first step. Know what they like, then build something around that. So that's like my first date tip. But what like outfit wise, really depends on the plan.
That's right. How about you, Nico?
Like honestly, before, because you both know I've been with one girl for more than 11 years already. So, but I would say nowadays, like you should wear something that you're comfortable with. You know, I mean, it can still be in fashion, but by comfortable, it's not like, oh, this feels nice. That's part of it, but I would say comfortable in a sense that it fits your personality. So if you're like no offense, like if you're more of an emo type, like wear it if you want to. Uh, like what Dom said, it's about the wavelength with the one that you're gonna be dating. Because instead of trying to hide it, like going with the fads, instead of being like everybody else, just again be yourself. That's the only thing I say to my friends, to my other friends all the time. Because then your date learning down the road that you were just pretending to be somebody else, or maybe that wasn't really what you wanted to like to show as your personality, because fashion can tell a lot about a person's personality already. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Yes, that's right. Actually, on my end naman, parang for me, fashion statement depends on the occasion or depends on what event or what kind of date are you going into? Like, is it a museum date? Is it a dinner, coffee? Is it a gym date? We don't know. But once we know what kind of date it is, we apply what's the fashion statement. Like, for example, if you're going to the gym together, then you have to be on a gym wear, right? And if it's like a coffee, then be a casual, be comfortable. But if you're going for a dinner, fine dining restaurant, then you have to wear something like polo shirts, or I mean dress for occasion, right? And I would agree with what you said na parang be comfortable, because sometimes what you wear dictates who you really are.
Yeah.
So first impression kagad yan eh. First date. So what you wear, that's already first impression to you. If you go on a coffee date pero you're wearing pajamas, first impression kagad sa inyo na parang, what kind of dude are you? I mean, di ba? Pambahay ba to? Are we at home? Di ba? So,
Netflix and chill daw kasi.
yeah, but you're going on a coffee date. You're going on
After. Kid,
after.
after. What happens after in this dating scenarios nowadays, right? Like,
You never know. The coffee shop might be below his condo.
for sure. But I mean, like Chris, like knowing the fact that you're on the dating scene as well. Ano ba? Ano ka ba? Ikaw ba yung nagpaplano or ikaw ba ang pinagpaplanuhan?
Both.
Both.
Liar.
No, really, both. Kasi sometimes ako nagpaplano if mabagal siya mag-reply, mabagal siya magplano,
Yung bagal
if
ka nga naman talaga
indecisive siya.
mag-apply.
Di ba? So, I have to do it on my own na lang. Parang, sige, ako na lang mag-decision for us.
Oh, napaka-proactive naman.
If I really want the guy, why not, di ba? Pero, you guys are both straight, right? So, dapat kayo yung nagpaplano for women. Or, may pagkakataon ba na women plan something for you guys?
I mean, for me, I would love the woman, the girl, to plan something out as well. It's not about like always the boys, because I do believe that there's like a stigma if the guy always plans something. There's like an exchange at the end. So for me, I do believe that we need to like have the women have a say as well, right? Because you want to do this with her, but she would agree, yeah. But next time, what activities that you guys want to do that is not forceful as well. You need to like let her like plan. Hey, it's your turn. Like, can I know your world and give us like a date, like an experience that you wanted to do that have not been doing before. So yeah,
Or baka din niya trip
yeah. Kasi
yung
for me,
plano mo?
ako like with my current partner, which I call wifey, like I tell her like okay, fine. I think about stuff to plan, but like you need to like think about it as well. Like, ano ba? What do you want to do that you want us to experience? So yeah, that's for me. You
Yeah.
know,
So if you're gonna plan for your first date, where do you wanna go, or what kind of date will it be? If it's like a first date, what comes into your mind first?
I mean, I always go the safe route. I would always say movie. But there's always gonna be dinner, like right after. I think it's um the harder part maybe is like choosing what food to eat like after, because I just want what whenever I was in a date before, or right now, even right now with Candace, like whenever we're on a date, I know it's kind of cliche to say that every time that the girl can't decide where to eat, but you seen the memes. It's kind of true, but that I just want her, or I mean, if you're not straight, if you're bi or whatever, like I just want you. We both know that we want our partners to have a good time, eat good food, yeah, food for the soul and everything, right? So that's always my go-to, because I guess it's really hard to go, like, if you're really risky, like amusement park. I think it's very risky because I always think budget, like, because if you think about it, let's say it's her first time, then if you're gonna break up or it's not gonna happen, it's like it's gonna become a bad experience because, oh, I had my first time with someone I just dated but we didn't work out, etc. Stuff like that. So I always go the safe route. Movie dinner, you know.
Yeah, well, for me, safest route for me is coffee date, because I'm a type of guy na very conversational. So I want to have a deeper conversation right away to get to know you more para ma-check ko kagad if we really vibing, if we're really compatible, something like that.
I would love to challenge like saying like coffee. Because for me, like coffee, I mean, being straight, for some women, it's like parang, ay, coffee. Ganun, alam mo yung feeling na parang, pilit, ano to? Pilit ba? Ano ba tong, like, this
Yeah,
scenario?
I
So,
understand na parang coffee is the safest route, na parang pinaka hindi pinag-isipan o hindi
yeah,
pinagplanuhang kind of
di ba?
thing. But somehow kasi it depends on what your agenda. Gusto mo ba na medyo makapag-usap kayo together, then yun nga, it's the safest, or it's the madaling gawin or madaling planuhin other than movie and dinner. Because for me, parang kung mag-movie kayo, you don't really get the conversations. I mean, hindi kayo makakapag-start ng conversation because you both are in a movie house wherein you're engaged to watch a movie.
I
Di
agree.
ba?
That's true.
And then, well, maganda sana, like sinabi mo kanina, after movie, you get to have a dinner. At least, magkakaroon ng conversation and all. Pero, yun nga lang, if you want, it depends eh. I mean, kayo, it depends on you guys. If you want a more conversational type of date, then I would go for a coffee or dinner instead of movie or amusement. Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely agree, like, a quick coffee run, right? Then probably walk with a coffee.
Yeah.
I've done that before. Tends to work, right? It's quite nice rather than just like being stuck in a coffee, because in a coffee shop here in the Philippines, right? It's literally more of like working, studying vibe,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I guess.
In comparison to like in other countries, that if you say coffee shop, it's just like for you to a quick, sit down for your pastries and coffee. So that's why people tend to like do other activities rather than just like, a quick coffee, right? But if I may ask you both, how about drinks? Like you say, hey, let's meet, but for drinks, what's your feedback on that? Or what's your idea about going for that?
I'm a,
I wanna hear like with Nico.
yeah, go ahead, Nico.
Why me? Feeling ko pag ganon, it it's leaning to the side na hindi siya serious.
Actually, I'm also avoiding that kind of invite.
Cause we all know. Come on, if you drink, inhibitions will go wild. One thing can lead to another, and if it doesn't, that can be or not be the end of the night. Diba? So it's either, diba?
But for me, it's like more of like I think for some people, because I've tried it. I think it's like more of like getting out of the comfort zone.
I
Like
mean,
alcohol, right? But it depends on like what's your intentions as well. For us straight guys, it depends, right? I'm not quite sure with other
yeah.
sexualities, but for me, when I tried it, it was like they were more comfortable doing drinks rather than like nood ng movie, kain sa dinner. Kasi it was really funny. There was like some people asking me when I was doing Bumble, sabi ko lang, lunch lang ba tayo? Parang ako, parang, what? Anong klaseng question yan? Parang, I've already invited you just for lunch. Anong ini-expect mo? Then, I learned why. Na kung bakit pala niya tinanong.
I mean, I kind of get it kasi like sa movie, like the first impression. So let's say you didn't go out for coffee before or you didn't talk before the movie. Like it really depends na kung gaano katagal na kayo nag-uusap or how well you're vibing with the other person. If the movie experience is gonna be awkward or not. Diba? Like, I get it. Pero yeah, I think kasi sobrang tagal ko ng, alam mo yun, hindi ako nakikipag-date ng ganong way. Kasi my date is with my girlfriend. So, we know what we want to do. Pero hindi yung way na my dates are hindi na siya parang to get a girlfriend. So maybe that's why I'm old school.
Yeah, but going back to the drinking invite, kaya for me na parang I'm avoiding it because kilala ko yung sarili ko. If I get drunk, I'm super aggressive, super wild. So, syempre, first date, may first
Oh,
impression and all that.
we
Syempre,
know you,
we're
Chris.
kind of avoiding that kind of, na parang maano ka, ma-judge ka kagad ng tao na parang, oh, ikaw pala yan. I mean, masyado naman nilatag yung cards mo and it's beyond that. Di ba? So, for me, okay sana yung drinking and invite, pero not on the first date. Siguro like, pag medyo malalim na yung pag-uusap nyo, pagsasama nyo, I guess, pwede mo na i-all out yung sarili mo kasi whether you do something wild, aggressive, kung mahal ka naman ng tao, gusto ka ng tao, then
Aba,
it's fine,
mahal
right?
agad.
Of
Oh,
course!
mahal.
Diba?
Wow,
Pero,
wow.
you see the point, di ba? On a first date kasi, madaling ma-judge ang isang tao. Di ba? Madali kang i-judge by looks. So, doon pa lang, ano ka na eh, talo ka na kagad. So, baka hindi na magkaroon ng second date after.
Pero for me, unpopular opinion, I think Filipinos are I love you horse. We don't really value the word I love you. If based on my experience, I don't know with the kids nowadays, but when I was a kid, yeah, we've been dating for over 3 weeks. I love you. Like what the fuck, right?
Yeah. Well, nowadays it's easy to say I love
It's
you.
so easy to say it, but that's why I think like I watched something on TikTok and like that was one of the questions regarding dating too. Is like how is it now? Like it's kind of hard to determine now because a lot of people are just really looking for a lot of different things. It's not always gonna be serious. It's not always gonna be love. So I think that's the harder part on the first dates and first steps into dating nowadays.
Oh, sige. So the question is, bang bang o date?
We all know 80% is gonna say bang bang.
For compatibility purposes, yes. I'm part of the 80% though.
I mean,
Just kidding.
I mean I don't judge because I am actually happier na ganun nowadays. I think what could be better lang is just to make sure kids use protection. Because it should be more out there, like for schools. But enough about the school stuff. But yeah, I think it's great that we're becoming more liberal. Pero siguro there should be like a bit of control on it with all the stuff on the news coming out. It can become dangerous. We don't know the limits yet, so we have to set it.
Yeah. All right. But now you've mentioned earlier about the budget. So that's part of the first date tips. So when it comes to budget, paano nyo ba binabudget yung first date nyo? Kailangan ba like sobrang extravagant na kagad yung first date? Or gusto nyo lang ng McDonald's na kind of date? Or ano ba?
Syempre, you gotta like do this the stalking a little bit though. I mean, like in a good way. Like for me, for example, like I would rather ask your socials so I can see if what your lifestyle is, right? Because like nowadays, you can see through Facebook or Instagram or whatsoever out there. Probably they have podcast or YouTuber being a content creator. So their lifestyle is a little bit different. So I would rather want to see that first and then probably plan something out. Hirap naman kasi baka mamaya, di mo alam. Sige, kita na lang tayo. Tapos mamaya, naka-Ferrari na pala yung kadate mo. Tapos ikaw, naka-grab-grab ka lang or naka, you know, I don't know, probably naka-ano ka lang, naka-angkas ka. O kaya ikaw pala yung angkas driver, di ba? Tapos pagka kita mo, ay, si ma'am, naka, no, right? So, I mean, for me, I think doing that thing first, checking, so you would know.
Background checks are not just for jobs.
It's not really for jobs, but also like for dating. I mean, you gotta know who you're gonna meet, especially nowadays. Probably it's like more because there's a lot of dating apps nowadays, right? And you gotta like learn.
But sometimes social media are
I mean, yeah, deep fake.
deceiving, you
Yeah,
know?
deep fake is right there, out there. I totally agree. Deep fake is out there, but you gotta be, having that skill, having that due diligence.
So how do you stalk?
Not really like do not stop. Ang pangit. It's
How do you background check?
I mean, it's so hard. I mean, I think it's for me like what I said. Like I do straightforward questioning. Like, hey, if diba, you want to do let's meet like something like that, right? Diba?
Yeah.
So what's your socials? Like probably what's your IG? Ganyan, diba? Para at least malaman natin baka mamaya deep fake na pala to. Di ba? Baka mamaya, pagka, ano ba yung tawag dun? Like, for like foreigners, right? When they meet the girls, it's like very different from profile to real
In real
shit.
life.
In real, yeah, dude. Di ba? So, I
No
mean,
comment.
di ba? So, parang ako, like, just to be safe, not really like stalking, but like, just exchange and see. Di ba? Kasi ang pangit naman, yun eh, like, example ko, di ba? Mamaya, grabe na pala, high standards pala si ate. Siyempre, kawawa ka naman. Di ba?
High maintenance pala tong kadate mo. Tapos,
Oo.
magma-McDonald's pala kayo.
Oo nga. I mean, ito si Chris kasi, mga naka-Lambo ang mga gustong dinedate.
Hindi naman, hindi naman.
Hindi ba? So,
Hindi.
Chrysler lang. Ganun.
I think you also need to check it because nowadays kids look so freaking mature. We don't do those underage stuff. You need to be safe, right? As a person there, you don't know that you might be dating someone very young, and a lot of them really are just very young, and again they're very open to those kinds of dating, but you never know, you might be talking to someone very underage and that can put something on your, what do you call this, on your profile, like as a person, right? Someone might think of you as like pedo or something, di ba? Ang hirap na eh, sobrang mature na nila magdamit, pati yung like yung makeup. So parang to avoid unnecessary things to happen, I think that's why we should always do the background check talaga.
Yes, that's right. Lalo na yung dating app, pwede mo kasi lokohin yung age.
Yeah.
So you don't know. Yeah.
Bakit ba, Chris? Ano ba nilalagay mo age?
I don't know. I put my real age. You know. Hindi ko kailangan i-hide yung age ko. Basta, no, I'm not 42. Bata pa ako. 21.
21.
Forever.
21 forever.
Yes.
Pero in real life, 50.
Oo, ng 50. But anyways, any last thought or any last tip na pwede nyo ibigay sa mga listeners natin and viewers natin na best tip nyo for first date?
For me, if possible, always go for it. Like, always risk everything. Like, it's the first date. So, because that's the only chance you can, like, show who you are. I mean, if you really like the girl. Because that's what I always tell my friends. Like, it's better to know, even if it's gonna be bad, it's just better to know right there, then and there, right? So maybe you can try going for, like, I'm not sure how dating goes now, because I think hand holding is very basic nowadays. I mean, if you can try going for the kiss, like at the end of the date, just go for it. Why not? If it doesn't work out, at least you know. Yeah. Instead of, because I think it's too slow. Like you're on your first date. I think I of course you should check the vibe too, but I always advise my friends, like, there's no harm in risking it, because it's no fun if there's no risk. Pero if you really like it and you think, again, it depends on how your mindset works. So if you think that it's gonna take more time, you've talked about it with that other person and they're fine with it. If you're really into it, taking it that slow, like, I mean, no offense, but I think it's kind of slow nowadays. If Because a lot of people are very mature now, so I think one peck, it's not gonna do any harm, just to see if you're compatible or not. Do you agree, Doms?
Very aggressive naman to si Nico. Peck
Yeah.
ang gusto.
Yeah.
It's just a kiss.
Bro, it's just a kiss.
Holding
Sige,
hands.
holding hands. Grabe. De, pero, ano, yeah,
Kinship.
I think, I tend to agree. Like a quick peck maybe, like really set the vibe, you know, for that, if ever, you know. But it always depends naman talaga kung,
Consent.
hindi naman sa consent. Probably it's like more of like the vibe. Yeah, syempre consent naman. Hindi
Yeah.
natin matatanggal ang consent. Pero like it's like more of ano ba talaga? Like where are we going, man? Like di ba? Saan na ba tayo? Is it like a good or a bad date? Kasi di ba? I don't know Can you say like a bad date can be a good date after a peck? Di ba? Parang hindi naman ganun chong, di ba?
You'll kind of feel something. Kasi, like, for me, if you try going in for a kiss, you'll get a reaction every time, especially if it's a first date. So it can be either, can be, yeah, it's one of the two. So I think that's the risk I'm talking about. Not trying to be a creep and just, gawin mo na, halika mo lang, sunggabin mo, not like that. It's just you're trying to vibe it out. So that's what I meant. Because you'll find out if it's gonna work or not. Because I feel sad for my friends that get ghosted, because you think it went well, ended with like a hug, stuff like that. You're smiling, but again, it's like, I wouldn't advise it for everyone. But if you're confident, and then if you're feeling risky that day, you think it was a really good date, why not?
Yeah, kaya nga, sabi ko nga, I tend to agree, like a quick peck would not hurt, right? As long as like, you think that it's like really a good date. Pero like my last tip would be like, expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
Like really, syempre, protection guys, protection. Pero like, kidding that aside, I think it's like more of like the plan and the wavelength. Know the person first before you go on a date, maybe. Pero sa akin kasi, like, I just wanted rather just like skip that on that specific scenario of like, meeting them, knowing them there. Pero syempre, like, I do like my own checks. Like, let's exchange socials. Doon tayo tingnan kung ano yung lifestyle. Para at least we have questions, di ba? Kung paano kayo mag-workout. Kasi kung hindi, baka mamaya, high-end pala. Doon tayo, di ba? Pero gusto natin malaman yung kay Chris. Ano ba, Chris? Ano ba yung tip mo? Kasi ikaw, I don't know, how would I say this? Like, you go for both worlds before and now you're just in one specific world, di ba? So, ano ba?
Both worlds.
Siyempre, I mean,
Both.
best of
Best
both
of-
worlds, di ba?
Alright. Well, for me naman, play by ear talaga. Parang learn to ask questions first. Like you've said, parang get to know ano ba yung mga interests nga. And then, magva-vibe ba kayo? Do you have the same um, lifestyle, hobbies, activities, and all that? Learn to get to know that person para alam mo kung paano ka on the first date. Do you need to wear something casual lang? Do you need to wear something na formal? Do you need to go to a high-end restaurant or do you just go to McDonald's or have a coffee after and all that. You have to know the person first, diba? Kasi sometimes first date make or break yan. So you could win after or you could fail
If I may
first date.
ask, no, Chris, no, what is like your ratio of first date, successful ones and unsuccessful ones, no?
Well, I guess mas mataas pa rin naman yung ratio ng para approve yung first date. It's just so happen na after second date or third date, doon nag-ghost. So at least pasado tayo sa first date, 'di ba? It's just that second date, third date, after multiple dates. On to our next episode, please. But yeah, mas marami pa rin naman mga parang pasado na first dates compared with failed. Ang tagal ko na sa mundong ito. So I guess I've learned the best
Shit.
way. I've
Tanda mo
learned
na. Tanda mo.
the best first date tips.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I would, would tend to agree to both na talagang kailangan natin, questions, do your stuff to know more about their lifestyle before you go engage. Kasi for straights and I think for you, by kawawa ka rin sa dulo, right? If ever. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have one more question. I mean, especially nowadays, since online dating is a very big thing, like, what would be your timeline to ask that other person out on a date? Like, you started talking, how long should it take before you ask them out? Like, before you meet up?
Ikaw muna.
Ako, grabe. Ako, like, I think, probably like, do the riz a little bit, spice it up. And probably if on that specific, exchange on text, and if that goes well, probably you can ask them like the weekend after, like, during the week, right? Kung Monday ka nag-chat, ask them on the weekend or Friday.
1 week in.
Yeah, immediately, like one
Yeah.
weekend. Unless you're like so thirsty, then probably next day. Di naman kami kagaya ni Chris.
Wow.
After 8 hours.
No. No, pero actually, ganyan yung ginagawa ko. After namin mag-match sa dating app, usually it takes a week or two. Parang we get to learn our interests, mga hobbies, activities, like what your usually day-to-day activity, parang ganon. And how consistent you are in replying,
True.
in messaging you, in updating you. Doon mo kasi ma-feel if you guys are vibing or there's an interest talaga. And then after that, magde-date na. But usually, hindi ko na pinapatagal to 1 month. So, 1 to 2 weeks of talking, invite na kagad to get to know more if compatible kayo
Face to face.
face to face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. That's also my take on it. Kasi, pero, now that I think about it, like, ngayon ko lang talaga naisip, it's called online dating. So, is it technically that's already the first date? When you start talking, let's say you go on a call, isn't like that the first date?
I would say no, but
For some, because if you go on Discord, some people do dates on Discord. They just video call. That's considered a date, isn't it? What would be your tips for that?
it depends on people if they want. Because there are people na introvert. There are people na doesn't want to go out, doesn't want to be in public. They just want to be in a private. I mean, they want to date in a private something or, ayun lang na pinapublic yung yung dates nila and all that. So, I guess there are people na okay sa kanila yung gano'n. It's convenient for them. I would say na, why not? Go for you may call that as first date. It's fine as long as you match and you have that conversation and, I guess it's fine.
Parang it's parang I don't know, like, parang hindi para saan siya considered as a first date. Kasi like we all know like date is really like physical face to face, diba? Pero like during the pandemic, diba? Ang daming lumalabas ng video, diba?
You can watch movies online.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah. I know. That's like a date, you know. And funny thing though, um, shout out to Nika, no. We did had like this app. We were like watching movies, like you know, on the shit. Like, I mean, like one account, but because of this, we can like watch the same movie, right? It's just really funny. But I do tend to agree that it's like that's like really a physical date. Pero kasi during the pandemic, I would really consider like online dating, like the word online dating if you're like doing something shared, diba?
Yeah.
Pero depends. It really depends, you know. Kasi ang pangit, wine night. Anong wine mo?
Yeah, exactly.
Anong wine mo?
Anong
Rosé?
kinakain mo right now, di
Rosé
ba?
ba yung wine mo? Ano yung sa
Masarap
akin?
ba yan? Patikim nga. Parang magtitikiman if online.
Tikiman. Grabe no. Grabe no word na tikiman. Pero like really, di ba?
Yeah, I guess it's up to the person kung they would consider the online thing as their first date. But in some people kasi parang we can have, I mean, accessible naman yung restaurants sa labas, mga coffee shops sa labas. Why not, di ba?
Hindi, I think during the pandemic, it
Yeah,
can be
it's-
considered
Yeah,
as a date, a first date. Kasi syempre, di ba? We were like
at home.
at home and parang like
Lockdown.
the socialization was like taken out from our dignity. Parang ganun, di ba?
Yes.
Dignity agad. Pero di seryoso, di ba? That,
That's very true. Pero kasi I'm asking that because, you know, ghosting can happen even before the first official date happens. So that's why I'm like, what's a good tip there? Because now we're in the digital age na talaga, you know, some people decide the moment that they swipe, like the first few chats that you have, oh, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
That's, dyan papasok yung tinatawag natin ng consistency, how you start the spark, start the conversation, kahit na talking stage pa lang kayo on the date, on the online setup. So, dyan niya papasok eh. Kasi, yeah, kaya nagkakaroon ng ghosting eh. Because there's no spark in the conversation. Parang, I don't find you interesting eh. Parang, ano ba naman tanong to? Alam mo yun, parang, tanong mo sa akin is, ano gawa ko for today? Parang, I mean, there's nothing interest me. Ask me something like, about something about my interest or, you know, like my favorite movie, my favorite,
Yeah.
you know, so something like that. It's really about the conversation.
What's your fire starter question?
TVB joke.
What the? Come on, you're dating.
All right.
So I know you have a go-to question that you always ask.
Well, the first question I ask is, ano mga physical activities mo, like share mo yung lifestyle mo for that's usually
gusto mo laging physical eh.
Like, kasi I want na magva-vibe kami. Like, do we share the same activities? Nagba-badminton ba siya? Nagsuswimming ba siya?
Kala ko sex or chocolate.
No, I asked the TVB nga eh. Pwede na yung TVB. Secret.
I think you need to Google that shit. We can you know do the video, put the video like what's the TV means.
No. But yeah, that's usually what I ask first. Yung lifestyle niya, activities niya.
Pero you know what? The funny thing, syempre, let's ask Nico. Ano ba yung naging
Starter.
fire starter niya for like the first date with Candice, di ba dati? Like ano ba yun? Ano bang question mo? Ilang taon ka na ba? Ganon?
We're the same age. I don't remember, man. I don't remember. Because that's like 11 years ago. Honestly, I don't honestly remember. Because it dating before was a different time. It was a very different time.
You know what? It just like literally shared like 3 generations of dating. I think I'm like the like the Gen Z one, and you're like the I don't know. No, like not the millennial, pero like parang siya yung ano,
What?
Gen X. Tapos
What the fuck?
millennial. Then
We met in college.
like how you answered it was like Gen X, millennial, then Gen Z.
I think mine is more of a millennial way because we met at a party, and that's we just talked, diba? And that was during college, so I think it was very organic thing. Nangyari na lang siya. Exchange socials, no instructions, just talk. And one good plus side on it is malapit siya sa akin. So honestly, I remember our first date now. Jogging.
Oh, di ba? So
Jogging.
you share the same interest, activity. That's what I.
No, because I had no budget.
Yeah, exactly.
So, nagjo-jogging pa ba kayo or nagjo-jogging ka pa ba?
Ah,
Yung tanong.
Upal.
Lumaki na siya, so that's why.
Ay, please cancel Chris Talks.
No.
Body shaming.
No, I'm not. Pero
It's fine.
It only means na parang nagpo-progress yung relationship nila from jogging to eating, you know.
So ano nga? From jogging to so ano na ngayon? Ano yung evolution? We wanna know. Ano ba yung evolution na
Nico
ngayon?
right now.
Look at Nico right now. So ano nga? So ano nga Nico? From jogging to eating. So ano na ngayon?
I think we just started working out, you know. I mean, she started working out. I haven't gotten it to yet. I'll go there maybe next month. It's okay.
Grabe naman, starting working out. We gotta see the results, no?
Yeah.
You need to click follow, tick more followers, and vote for Nico to show more so you can see the progress, diba?
Yeah.
I think that's a good challenge for
Let's
him.
see 2 months from now.
You should Chris, dapat yung viewers mo would request for Nico to be seen in the next few episodes, diba? Pero yung progress na ikita.
Yes.
I mean, bro, you already threw yourself out there. So, I think that's your challenge. And Chris, viewers challenge yun talaga sa'yo.
Bro.
Probably if you weigh I don't know, pounds right now, probably you should be on a certain target, So,
I thought this was a podcast, not an intervention. Oh my god.
wait, guys, may mga podcast naman na may intervention din. Diba?
Like before and after.
Oh yeah, maybe before and after. Kaya pwede na. Pero ikaw, Chris, before we end this one, what's your last, statement about first date tips and everything from what you've heard from both of us? So for your viewers, ano ba talaga? What's your take?
Siguro pinaka takeaway na lang talaga dito is just be yourself. If budget-wise, if you think na gusto mo lang na medyo budget-friendly na date, then go ahead. Show that to your partner or what. Just be yourself. If your fashion statement is really, casual, or if you're a junkie or an emo guy, then it's fine. Just be yourself because doon mo malalaman if that person has an interest talaga. Whatever you show on the first date, pag gusto ka niya talaga on that first date, then definitely magpo-progress siya and mag-work talaga siya, right? So I don't believe in saying na parang ay ginost ako after first date, then probably hindi niya talaga ikaw gusto, 'di ba? Pero yun nga, sabi ko kanina, first date make or break. So pero the good thing about first date is malalaman mo kagad if you're vibing, compatible, may interest ba siya based on who you are, di ba? Kung sino ka talaga, di ba? So I would agree sa sinabi ni Nico kanina na parang you don't have to pretend on your first date. Hindi mo kailangan mag-show off on your first date. Just be yourself. Be organic, authentic, di ba? Yeah.
True.
So, ready na ako sa first date ulit. Ulit.
Well,
Thank you, next. Ulit. Alright. So, again, thank you, Nico and Dominic, for coming here in my podcast. Alright. We'll see you again on the next episode. Bye.